Hi guys, welcome to another episode of Anatomy and Physiology by Dssg. And our topic for today is the pharynx. If you have been following us from the beginning of the digestive system, comprehend the third episode of the digestive system. And today we are going to be discussing the pharynx. The pharynx is the next prior point of contact of food after the mouth. That is, when you eat, the food passes from the mouth into the pharynx, and this pharynx lies behind the nose, the mouth, and the larynx. So, as you are seeing that food particulate bolus, the exact place is passing through is the pharynx. Starting from that side where you can see the bolus, it's not ideal for food to be passing that way, but I just do that to illustrate what the pharynx means. So, the pharynx is divided for descriptive purpose into three. Like, for us to be able to describe it easily, it is divided into three. And don't forget, I said it lies behind the nose, the mouth, and the larynx. So therefore, the first part is called the nasopharynx. The second part is the oropharynx, and the third part is the laryngopharynx. Now let's pick the nasopharynx. That is the diagram of the pharynx. You'll be looking at it like the mouth, the lip, the tongues, but the pharynx is that exact line where that line is going to pass through. Is the pharynx is going to pass through? Is the pharynx. So you can see it passes behind the nose, the mouth, and behind the larynx. So all those parts is the pharynx. So to the nasopharynx. So if you look at that word, it's a combined word. We have the nasu and we have the pharynx. So the word nasu means nasal, and according to anatomy, the word nasal means the nose. So if we combine the nose with the pharynx, it will give us the nasopharynx. That is, the nasopharynx, that word pharynx, is the part of the pharynx that lies behind the nose, and that is the first part of the pharynx, which is the nasopharynx. So that is the nose. And now if we move to the posterior aspect of the nose, you will see the nasopharynx, which is the first pharynx. So that is the first division of pharynx, the nasopharynx. So the second one is the oropharynx. Now, the word oro in that oropharynx denotes oral. And using anatomical terms, or knowledge of anatomical terms, the word oral means the mouth. So if we say oropharynx, that is the mouth, right or wrong? So that is the mouth. So if we move to the posterior aspect of the mouth, that exact place is the oropharynx. That is the part of the pharynx that lies behind the mouth. So that is the oropharynx. Now to the third part of the pharynx, which is the laryngopharynx. So the word larynx denotes larynx, and larynx is the voice box. So that is the larynx. From that place, from that cartilage and that muscle, is the larynx. It is also known as the voice box, and we'll be getting a better understanding of the larynx while we are discussing the respiratory system. So that part of the pharynx that lies behind the larynx is the laryngopharynx, and that is the three divisions of the pharynx. So the part of the pharynx that lies behind the larynx is the laryngopharynx. Division of the pharynx. Now let's move to the structure of the pharynx. So don't forget that I said when we want to describe the pharynx and the mouth, we use the same acronym, which is the DOSF. So the D is the description, the O is the organ in relation, and the S is the structure. And that is where exactly we are going to this time around. So the layers of the pharynx include the outer layer, the middle layer, and the inner layer. And each of these layers has different makeup. So for the outer layer consists of involuntary constrictor muscles which are involved in swallowing. That all these constrictor muscles, they are muscles that narrows the pharynx, hereby allowing it to move those bolus down to the esophagus. And for the middle layer, it consists the fibrous tissue and contains blood and lymph vessels, including nerves. So here is where the blood supply reaches the pharynx. And for the inner layer, it is made up of stratified squamous epithelium, which is a tissue. When it says stratified, it means it has a lot of layers. Squamous means it is smooth, and for the epithelium, it's telling us it is a family of epithelial tissue. Now to the blood supply. So the arterial supply to the pharynx, that is the artery that supplies the pharynx, is the facial artery. And for the venous drainage is by the corresponding name, which is facial vein. And the nerve supply is by both sympathetic and parasympathetic nerves. So, the esophagus. So thanks for watching. As I've said, our next topic is the esophagus. So if this is your first time watching the video from Dssg Nation, do make sure you subscribe and hit bell button so that we can notify you whenever we create any video. I want to greet you once again. You're welcome to Dssg Nation. Thanks.